California Superbloom. I had a chance to visit a southern California desert to see a superbloom, a phenomenon in which a vast area is completely filled with flowers. The area was arid and barren, but every 10 years the area was covered with a huge yellow flower blanket. Tourists from all over the world visited the area to see. When my wife and I arrived at the desert, the grand expanse of yellow flowers covering one end of the horizon to the other refreshed our spirits. Small hills bulging over the plain were covered with beautiful violet and white flowers and made a pleasing contrast with the yellow flower plain. After I came back from the trip, I looked into superblooms and learned an interesting point. The superbloom happens only after a huge amount of flower seeds accumulate over many years. When the yearly rainfall is plentiful, all the flower seeds that could not germinate without enough water finally germinate all together at the same time. I thought this phenomena has a parallel in our lives. A big chunk of our lives is filled with harsh and dry moments comprising a drought season. In my life, moments in which the heavy burden of life weighed down upon me can be compared to a dry desert without water. However, even in the middle of the harshest dry season, there are still seeds sown onto the arid soil, accumulating and waiting for the rain. Our shouts toward God from our deepest soul, His gentle calling toward us in a whisper through His word, and tangible loving hands extended to us by loving brothers and sisters might be examples of spiritual flower seeds accumulating in our lives. When I get to the middle of another difficult dry moment, I am going to remember the sea of flowers transforming the desert into a flower garden better than any garden made by human hands. I hope to gather the small seeds day by day in my life to bloom at the moment when the grace of God will pour upon us like rain. In that time, I hope that I can fill a small side corner of His flower garden with my flowers in His heavenly, majestic kingdom.